Good morning. Have another, I don't know if you call it an update, but it's certainly some news you could use. As you can see here, Ernie Shell is just begging for attention. I get it, right? I get it. So, Ernie is interested in. You guys remember when he's always like, "Now, does anybody have any questions you want to ask me?" Like he just clearly always wanted to be the object of everyone's attention. And I can tell you this: it certainly seems as if Ernie hasn't withdrawn, right? He hasn't went through the withdrawal of being the toxic, negative center of attention. And I hate that. I truly hate that. It says here that whether you like him or not, he wants to see what you have to say. Well, he can't be so naive to know people, they only want to know about the prosthetic aid that was in Marky's basement. He can't be so naive to know this, right? Also, buyer beware. They are kind of telling the truth. Well, I mean, they are telling the truth. That Ernest, I don't know, folks. It just never stops. It just never stops. It is true that your information will probably pop up in a FOIA. Ernie knows this part of the game, and he should know this part of the game well. We should know this part of the game too. We know that anything you ask this fool is at some point down the road gonna pop up on the internet as low-hanging fruit, and then whenever they free him and then we see him, he's gonna tell you how it was all a sting, right? So I just cannot make this up. I think this is like a prime time for Ernie to delve into the facets that make up the gem of Mr. Shell. I don't know. I think that there's definitely a way to troll the situation, right? I think that if one were not worried about their number popping up in a FOIA or the calls or any of that jazz, certainly, well, I mean, let me step back. Wants to know what you think. It's going to be about Marky's house, the basement, the police, the bathroom. Oh, yeah, and all of the stuff you spread all over that jail cell. People want to know about that. I'm sure. I don't care, but if somebody else wants to do the legwork, like, let's do it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm just in my mind. I hadn't really thought this all the way through, but there really was no reason to think it through, right? It just is what it is. Oh boy, the Ernieisms. So I think what is the most interesting part of all of this is that Ernie Shell has another enabler. Hook, line, and sinker. I mean, they've swallowed it all the way to the gills. With that in mind, we know that these FOIA calls and this and that, Ernie wants to be the object of attention, even if he cannot sow the benefits of it, can't reap and sow the benefits of it. He feels some sort of internal feels content. He feels very content knowing that he's still the object. I hate to tell you, bro, like the world's moved on. He definitely wants to hear about Blaine Katie. He wants to hear about William Glory Hole. He wants to hear all of the toxic things, right? And, you know, unfortunately, Ernie is just good for low-hanging fruit while he's here, right? I think he would hate to know that once he's absent from the scene, nobody really cares anymore, right? They just move on with their life. So I, for one, I don't care if they paid me to call Ernie Shell in jail. I'm not going to call him in jail. But back to one of my earlier points. Anyone that saw fit to sort of buddy troll the situation, I think that we're all very aware that you could probably get Ernie to admit to all kinds of stuff at this point, and that these would be on a recorded line. So have at her, right? Now, again, I think and this is in closing, I think one of the things that is the most interesting of all of this is, who is this enabler who is in constant contact with him? You know, I'm definitely not going to rack my brain to find out, but you know, he shucked off a whole bunch of jive, and now we're right back to it, right? So anyways, take it for what it's worth. Have a great day.